You guys are probably drinking water, huh? Shame. In today's video, what I'm going to be explaining is the sphere of reality and how you can change your life and how you can actually conceptualize what it is that you want, who it is that you want to be, and more importantly, what do you want to be doing with your life on a day-to-day basis consistently. This is what you guys have to realize about the sphere of reality while I'm off these Red Bulls, is that most of the time we live up to the expectations of what we've seen, not what we've seen online, not what we've seen on Instagram Reels or YouTube or someone else living. It's what we've seen in actual reality. This is the most important thing to realize. You seeing an SVJ on Instagram, you seeing someone buying a penthouse on Instagram, you seeing these crazy cities, Moscow, Russia, Dubai, all these different places, Athens, it's not the same as experiencing it in person. Because until you're actually there, until you're actually in the moment, until you see the people and how they're living, comparative to the life that you're living in your hometown, like how I'm living in my hometown, you don't realize how much of a mindset shift it gives you. And for context, I went to Miami a few months ago this year for the first time. This was like my first ever, going to a big city at 19, which is pretty late to be honest. But the point that I'm trying to make is, and I'll give you an example of how I did it, or like the mindset that changed within me once I did that. The point being is that once you see something in reality, it actually confirms that it's out there. It actually confirms that it's real, and it actually allows your subconscious mind to picture it as if you are actually able to do it. You are actually doing it. So when you see these people, on the street just casually, Aston Martin, Ferrari, all these different cars, and you are around that, it's not that hard to picture yourself driving that. And more importantly, it's not that hard to make connections with people if you actually have information and you're a valuable individual and you put yourself out there and you're confident, you know what you're talking about, you speak with confidence, you act confidently, you tell people the truth, you don't fake, you don't bluff, you don't do all these stupid BS things and cut around corners, you're actually acting like a real man and acting responsible. People will allow you into their circle, and they'll teach you things that you didn't know before, and you'll be even closer. Now you're actually hanging out with these people who drive these supercars, that are living this lifestyle. So you're in closer proximity, and now it just makes it to where it's not out of reality for you to be like them, because technically you being around these said people, the people that you're around, is so important. Even when I was growing up, that's what my parents always told me. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. That's all they told me ever since I was a kid, like every single day. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. They never wanted me around bad people. But the people, obviously, that they wanted me around were people who were doing good in school and extracurricular activities, and that was all throughout elementary school and everything like that. But if you apply that same law, apply that same rule to being around people who are successful, then it's going to increase your odds way more. It's really true, and I'm telling you guys, once you're around people who are making money and doing everything that you want to do in life, technically it makes you a part of that level, because just by you being around them, you're able to see, okay, I need to do this, and all I have to do is implement it, and then you're already there. The biggest thing that takes so much time for people to get rich and actually make money is the information. That's why when you see people go from broke to rich within like 12 months or 8 months or 2 years or even 6 months, it's because of the information that they have, and it's usually because they got connected with someone who has extreme knowledge, connections, and knows exactly what to do. It's probably someone doing, huge numbers. So when someone's doing like 300K a month, and then they meet someone who's doing 0 a month, it's not that hard to get them to 20K a month fairly quickly, because this person's sphere of reality and sphere of knowledge in business is just at such a high level that it's it's like nothing. It's super, super simple. It's just like me, having all these different products that I could sell on Amazon. If I wanted to right now, I could easily help someone get to 30K a month consistently, 50K a month consistently. It's not a problem because I have access to all the different products. I have access to all the different suppliers. I have the knowledge. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to give them in order for them to get there. And I have a step-by-step playbook. I have a step-by-step playbook for even all of you guys watching, but I'm not giving it out. I'm not selling any mentorship because I'm focused on building the business for myself. But the point being is that information is honestly what takes up all the time from you going from broke to rich. It takes up all the time from you going from broke to rich because if you knew how to make $5,000 a day consistently, which isn't even that much in revenue, then you would be making that because you would have a way to get capital to fund that. You would have a way to basically access and talk to these people and find a way just to get the deal done, middleman, blah, 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 profit split, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. And there's always something that you can be doing. So gather the information, chase the information. Also, get in proximity with people who are successful. That's something that I need to do more of. I need to get in closer proximity with people who are successful, more successful than me, doing 7 figures a month. That's what I want to be around. And the only way that I'm going to be able to get there is by putting myself out there and doing all the things that I'm explaining to you guys. You guys are watching me in live action become this person and get to the next level every single day. I made the video talking about all these different things to improve your life that can improve your life that was like 1 hour long. And I talked about certain things and I was talking in the video and I was reading them and I was saying, okay, I can actually work on this too. Blah, blah, blah. I can work on this aspect. So right after, for example, I made the video and I said, okay, the way you dress is super important. And I was like, wait, now that I think about it, I need to dress better because if I present myself in a certain way, then it's a lot better for me. So what did I do? Action, boom, bought new clothes, boom, bought new pants, bought new, all this different kind of stuff just to dress better, just to present myself better. So even small little things like that are gonna change your life over time and they all compound. Dressing better, having a nice haircut, being able to have a lot of information on business, making connections with people, meeting new people, understanding the game, understanding reality, understanding how people work psychologically, understanding all these different things. It's such a large sphere that I want you guys to be able to encompass. The goal is to be able to encompass as much in your sphere of reality as possible, which means you are this little person right now that doesn't have much in life. Maybe you're making 5 to 10K a month, which isn't bad, but there's a lot more to be achieved. You need to start out by first understanding and accepting that you have so much more potential and you have the opportunity to become so much more than you are now. You have to accept that. Second, and this is going to be the final topic of this 2-step equation, is that your sphere of reality needs to be as big as possible. If you can get your sphere of reality as big as possible and figure out actionable steps every single day that are going to get you closer to filling that sphere up fully, this is how you're going to become insanely successful. And this is what I'm doing. I don't tell you guys stuff that I'm not doing, and I'm not selling you anything, so that's how you know that I'm actually giving you guys the game. I don't care if my videos get 30 views, 20 views. That's why I'm still posting, because I know eventually this is going to go big and everyone's going to see. The point being is that to fill up that sphere, the sphere of reality has to be on crazy level thinking. Like, I want you guys to think billions. Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Klaviyo owners, SaaS founders. You have to be thinking of these crazy numbers. So that way, once you're inside the game, once you're in this reality, then it's just like, okay, checked off the list, we're on to the next. You always want to be moving, speed. Like I talked about in my tweet the other day. Right now, there's someone in Dubai driving a Koenigsegg. Right now, there's people in Monaco gambling thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. Right now there's 19, 20-year-old girls that are driving Ferraris, and you ain't got a Ferrari. I don't have a Ferrari. So this should get you extremely mad. This should give you this sense of motivation. It doesn't matter if their parents bought them a Ferrari. They have one and you don't. That's what I have to accept. That's what you have to accept. And it's not about the materialistic things. It's about knowing what's possible and being able to accept the fact that you don't have it yet, but you want it. If I told anybody in this video right now that this was like GTA and everything was free, would you take the Ferrari, yes or no? Some of you don't say no and say, no, I would take a Bugatti, blah, blah, blah. The point being is that you would take it if it was free. So that means that you want it. If you want it, then why don't you have it? Because you haven't put in the work, you haven't obtained the information, you haven't gone through what you need to go through. It's not that hard to obtain these things if you put in all the work, if you actually deserve it, and you'll know once you deserve it. So fill up that sphere of reality, fill up your mind with crazy, crazy, crazy delusional amounts of optimism that you're able to achieve anything. That's what got me to where I was. That's what got me to doing 40K months at 17, is by thinking, okay, I don't care what anyone else says, but I'm just going to be extremely delusional and just force myself to level up, force myself to get to this crazy level, because I know that it's possible. Even though it might not be possible for most people, it's possible for me. That's all I care about. That's plain and simple the way how you become successful. So you have to conceptualize all these different realities, you making all these, different amounts of money in different ways, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. But you have to drill it into your head that action is what's going to make you successful. I talked about this before. It's not about making the perfect decision, but it's about making decisions quickly. It's about acting right in the moment, acting right when you think of an idea, right when you think to yourself, should I start this? Should I not? It shouldn't be a matter of weighing out, is it going to take up my time? Is it going to do this? Is it going to make me money or not? Is it going to get me closer to my goal or not? And if you spend hours and hours and hours thinking, oh, should I do this? Oh, should I do that? Then you're never going to become somebody quick in the way that you want to. So this is another thing, is you have to measure up yourself against the person that you want to be. So that's what I'm doing right now. You measure who you are now and who is it that you want to be. And once you measure the two, you'll be able to quickly understand and quickly realize, okay, is this person and the things that this person is doing the same as this person? I've taught so many people that this exact concept that were in my mentorship, that I taught how to trade options. And this was so long ago. I was like 17 or 18 teaching people how to do this. I taught grown men how to do this, people with families how to do this, even kids our age or whatever you want to call them. The point being is that if you're not on that same exact level of what am I doing now and who is the person that I want to be, in that sphere of reality, if those don't match up, then you need to change something super quickly. That's why what I'm doing right now is I'm focused on changing a certain aspect. I want to, get a place in one of these big cities within the next few months. This is something big that's important. So I know that I need to do this in order to get to that level and person that I want to be. I already know that me being in this small town isn't going to get me to who I want to be, or it's not aligned with the person that I want to be. So why would I stay? I'm not. So that's just an example of what I had to realize. But something that you guys have to realize is, okay, I'm working on my business 2 hours a day right now. But is that really going to get me to who I want to be? Hell no. So change it. Now we up it to 6. And then we reanalyze, okay, what are the results we're getting? Now we need to change it to 8, or then you need to delegate, so that way you can have more employees, which generates more amount of money that brings in, technically, measurably, more amount of hours that are being worked on the business per day, which is bringing in all this different amounts of money, but it's bringing in more time being spent on the business. Once you delegate, once you bring in other people, you have 10 people, 10 people are working 10 hours a day on the business. So that's 100 hours being worked on the business in one day. And in one day, there's only 24 hours. So this is bringing in employees. We're not going to get into all this other stuff, but you guys get it. So you guys have to realize there's always potential for more in life. There's always potential to become someone more, be someone more, and more importantly, act right now exactly how the person that you want to be would act. When I, 2 months ago, had the idea of, I'm focused on business, I'm scaling up this store, it's doing $30K a month, what is it that I could do right now to push myself even more? Because I already know that the business is going to hit, 6 figures a month easily. I already know for sure. So I'm just waiting on things at this point and just continuously doing what it is that I need to do every single day to level that up. But what else can I do to get me closer to the person that I want to become? So I'm watching these videos on YouTube and I'm like, what if I start fighting? What if I start MMA? What if I start, training this, blah, blah, blah. Right when I had that idea, I watched training videos, I watched a few fights, and I'm like, what if that was me in the cage? Boom. Looked up gyms in my area, call the gym, go to the gym. Instantly, I'm getting in the work, trying it out, and boom, I'm in the gym. Already been fighting for 2 months now. That's the point. Action and speed is the key. Most of you guys, most people, most average people, they'll sit and say, should I fight? I don't know. I don't want to get injured. I don't want to take, an hour or two out of my day because I might be tired, blah, 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 and all this different stuff. This is why you're not going to be anything. So you have to just instantly say, is it going to be good for me long term? Is it going to get me closer to who it is that I want to be? If the answer is yes, I don't care what else, what other factor, who says no, who says yes. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters if it's going to get you closer to that person that you want to become. People close to me don't want me fighting, but I don't care because I know that it's going to get me closer to who I want to be. It might not be closer to who they want me to be, but it's closer to who I want to be. So you have to understand that. Everything in this whole world is possible for you to have, you to achieve, you to get. So I'm making this video not to, motivate you or anything like that, but I'm just trying to help you expand your sphere of reality. Think billions. Think, huge company, multiple employees. Think of you having all the cars that you want. Think of you having all the different houses that you want. Think of you having, places in Dubai, Europe, Egypt, Monaco, south of France. You guys get the point. Russia. And you guys could be living this life if you just put in the work and you're able to conceptualize and have it in your sphere of reality. And within that sphere of reality, the key sectors that I always talk about as we wrap up this video is business, physicality, mindset, and relationships/connections. These are all super, super key. Figure out how you're going to make money. I don't care what it is, but focus on something to make active income. Have cash flow coming in. I always tell you guys, cash flow is the key. Go all in on it, build it up until you get to that point of freedom where you're able to survive on your own. You're able to, live this life on your own that might not be the best life, which is completely fine, but you're getting closer to that. Getting closer every day. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what happens, all the hardships, all the difficulties. All that matters is that you're getting closer to that objective, getting closer to that person that you want to be. Then, and within that, you're already going to need the mindset. And then you're going to form these connections. Just do stuff every day that's going to get you closer. And I guarantee you that you're going to be closer than ever. Take that trip to that big city. This is the whole point of this video. And actually use that to be able to conceptualize and be able to increase and enlarge your sphere of reality, because that's what's going to bring you the most motivation, most discipline, and more importantly even, it's going to give you a reason And for some of you, a why as to why you want this life. Some of you, a lot of you probably, no one believed in you. Your parents didn't believe in you. No one ever thought that you were going to become rich. No one ever thinks that you're going to become rich. And everyone probably might make fun of you and think, oh, this guy is just stupid. He's just starting this, blah, blah, blah. He's not ever going to become anything. So you going and seeing, this is the life that I see people living. And if I'm living this life, how am I going to feel about myself? No one cares about what other people think. Just think the person that you will become and how you will look at yourself if that's actually you and you made it happen for yourself. Brothers, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you really do make something of yourself with the information that I give you. I'm counting on all of you, rooting for all of you, wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next one.